What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5 Royal. Last time, we officially started Kanashiro's palace. Kind of. We officially had access to it, so we can go and take that on whenever we get around to it. After showing off a couple of new and interesting things, we've made our way down to Mementos to, well, take care of a ton of quests that we have available right now. In this episode, we are off into Mementos. So there's quite a lot for us to explore, but there is some new things that are available to us within Mementos. Okay, so first off, let's head down.
Hey, good job. That one closed-up door is finally opened. Are you the one who did that?
Yeah, sure am.
I knew it. Mementos filled me in on it.
Wait, what?
But thank you. I should be able to find more flowers deeper down. Well, I should get going. Good job!
That's one weird kid.
For real?
So yes, official introduction for the Reaper. Reaper functions pretty much the same, except there's one minor change about the Reaper that makes him 1,000 times harder. So, remember how you could kind of cheese the Reaper fight if you were in flu season? Yeah, you can't do that anymore. So, if you want to actually take on the Reaper, you have to do it legitimate. You can't just go to flu season and wait until he's affected. Nah. Reaper, immune to despair now. And also is pretty much immune to most of the Mementos effects. So, yeah. Can't cheese your way out of a Reaper fight this time.
Let's go.
Okay, so there are a few other things that are different. We are sort of tutorialized in trying to find Jose on this floor, but you'll notice that there is a counter over to the left of the screen. That counter is the flowers icon. So anytime we find these bubbles, or is it gonna run away from us? Nope!
Three of them, but we're the better team.
Right, I forgot. We didn't ambush them, so...
Ravage them!
Woo! looking cool, Joker.
Whatever. Not really too bad.
All right. Finish you.
So,
I missed.
oh.
Really?
Oh man, he can summon bicorns.
Your defense got lower. Electricity is its weakness.
Well, thankfully.
This should be no problem for you.
Let's go, Captain!
Enemy defeated. Go, give me
Good
more.
job, guys. Good job. Oh, right. I'm the only one who has baton pass
Pass the baton and
improvements.
Joker took one out. All right.
Oh, you're not gonna beg for your life? Alright, well, if he wants to die, he wants to die.
Looks like we cleaned up here. Don't forget this feeling. Nice work, team.
Alright, well.
Alright.
So basically,
Okay.
anytime you
let's
see
get
these
going.
orbs, these are the flowers that Jose is looking for. So just like the regular items, you just gotta go and pick them up. So, pretty simple. You will encounter a lot of these items throughout your trips into Mementos.
That was an easy win.
Okay,
Let's go,
so we do need to find Jose. Wouldn't hurt to find the stairs either. Well,
We're
we
at the
found the
platform.
stairs.
Now we can move on to the next area.
But Jose is around here somewhere. He won't be around on every single floor, but since this is still kind of tutorialized, we're gonna go ahead and try to find him. Which we just found him.
Easy
So
way.
anytime you see Jose's head, that shows you where he is residing. So, just go around this way, and there's Jose.
Oh, mister.
Let's go ahead and talk to him.
Hey, good job. Huh. What you got there? That's really neat.
You mean this crystal?
Wow. This is amazing. I recognize it from my studies. I'm feeling strong human desires coming from this accessory.
Well, it's a manifestation of desires.
But it still hasn't reached its full potential. May I see it? I won't do any damage to it. I promise.
Well, okay.
If I just do this, and then this, done. Here you go, mister. Now that accessory can use its full potential.
Oh, well, thank you, Jose. So, whenever you go to Jose, well, let me back up. Anytime you get the accessory from getting all the will seeds, you get the accessory. If you take that accessory down to Jose in Mementos, he will upgrade it for free. So, any sort of accessory that you have, you just go find Jose, give it to him, and then you can upgrade it. Honestly, the Ring of Sorrow is a brand new one. That's from, a different palace. Not gonna say anything more than that, because that's major spoilers.
Let me know if you find any others like it, okay? Learning about desires also teaches me more about humans. Oh,
A stamp book. So, stamps are a brand new minigame mechanic Something like that within Mementos. So, basically, during your treks in Mementos, you will find these stamp podiums that are placed by Jose. You will always find one at the stairs leading down to the next floor. But there are also stamp podiums hidden within the floor itself. Usually it's either behind a closed door and it just dead ends, or behind a false wall. Anytime you do get a stamp from a podium, then it just becomes unusable, which is only really necessary to explain when you're talking about the ones that are by the staircases. But by getting a bunch of stamps, you can unlock various bonuses throughout your trek through Mementos.
Hey.
So Jose's kind of like a different shop within Mementos. So, first off, let's take a look at the flowers. So, the flowers allows you to trade for a bunch of different items that Jose has. So, the better the item, obviously, the more flowers that it's going to need in order to purchase. However, you cannot take flowers outside of Mementos. So, every time you come into Mementos, you will start out with 0 flowers. So, whenever you're done trekking through Mementos, go and find Jose and try to buy as many things as you can with the flowers that you have. Because the flowers are a, if you don't use it, you lose it type of currency. So, okay, so his inventory actually doesn't carry over from New Game Plus. So this is what we would have at this point of the game. So we have Dizzy Vials, Sleep Vials, as well as Soul Drops, Snuff Souls, and Stamina Kits. Which honestly is pretty good. I'm pretty sure the SP recovery stuff has limited inventory. But something like these vials, you can buy as many as you want. I'm gonna go... you know, I'll buy a soul drop, why not? Okay, so he does have more than one soul drop available. But you can see that these sorts of things would be very helpful in exploring Mementos, and even into palaces as well, if you have things like the SP recovery. Because again, SP recovery, super helpful, and yet another resource that you can use in order to get SP recovery items. And then we have the stamps. So stamps actually changes the cognition within Mementos itself. Don't ask how Jose is able to do this. It's unknown how, but he can. So the more stamps that you collect, the more potent the changes you can make. So what changes you can do is that you can either increase the experience, the money, or the items that you get as you're exploring Mementos. Item rewards, by the way, are more so like the items that you find scattered on the ground. So that's what it's referring to. And then XP and money are very much self-explanatory. So to get to any additional ranks, it will require an increasingly higher amount of stamps. But it can be helpful to just save your stamps and just go all in on whatever sort of change? Attribute? Something like that. Whichever of the 3 different things that Jose can change, and just kind of focus all in on one. If you don't really care and just kind of want to keep things equally balanced, you can do that too. You can use your stamps however much you want. If you want to change your mind, though, you do have the option of doing so. It does take up some flowers if you want to do so. So you can reset basically an entire row and then redelegate the points that you've gathered in case you want to change your mind and put them in something else. Like maybe you're finding yourself that you're a bit too over-leveled and you don't want as much XP. So you reset the XP and instead you go for item rewards. You can do that. And then as you're on the map of Mementos, it will tell you what your current attribute changes are. So the thing with stamps is that the stamps do carry over from New Game Plus. So I have every single stamp. So I can just boost all of these to max. So let's say we wanted to get some additional items. Oh, whoops. I did that wrong. You basically have to go left and right. So that costs 1. For another one, costs another 1. To get to rank 4 would take 2. And so on and so forth. So to get all of the item ups, it costs 30 stamps. For money, it starts with 3, and it progressively gets higher. So to get to a double in terms of money requires 50 stamps. And finally, there's experience, which again has an incremental change, and in total costs 85 stamps to get double experience on the base that any shadow would give. So you can imagine by the end of the game, grinding in Mementos becomes a lot easier. So what would be the best thing to go into when it comes to these sorts of things? Honestly, the best thing that you may want to start are the item rewards. Item rewards gives you a ton of items as you're just wandering the floors of Mementos. It also doubles one area that is actually super helpful, although a little bit rare. Now, I have enough stamps to be able to get literally everything, because there is only an exact number of stamps to get everything up to the max. So there's really no reason for me not to do this.
You want me to change mementos? Sure. Here we go.
Jose, what are you doing?
Just watch.
I'm scared.
I've learned all about this. You see, the cognition flowing through mementos. It's got these things that are similar to what you humans call pressure points. So, if I do this...
Huh? What the?
There.
What did you just do?
That should have changed it for you. Don't believe me? Just take a look for yourself. Speaking of... Doing good?
So that's essentially how Jose works in a nutshell. So basically when it comes to like the change in cognition for Mementos, I would prioritize getting items followed by money followed by experience.
There's a
You
treasure
don't
chest.
really need a whole lot of experience boosts. So that's honestly the last thing that I would really focus on. And there's also another boost that you can get that would make getting money... See, that's the sort of thing I was talking about. I didn't even see the item there. But you see just how much of a boost you can get by getting the various items. So here's another one. 2 onyx, a silk yarn, 5 devil's fruits, and 3 copper poles. That is a lot.
Do you use the school store? All their stuff is pretty mediocre.
My school store sells a poem anthology by the principal.
That sounds awful. So you can see just how much you can get in terms of items. Not only when it comes to stuff you can sell later, but also various, like, capsules that you can get and materials that you can make thieves' tools out of. You can get a lot of stuff by getting the items, and you can just sell whatever you don't need later. It's actually pretty great. And this is one of the pedestals. So all of these are going to be used up because the stamps carried over from New Game Plus, so we don't really need to go and hunt for these things. But do know that they are scattered throughout the layers of mementos. Speaking of which... Huh. Maybe it's if I go on the map portion. Blah, 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 blah.
Then,
Okay, and we have, sorry about that. Wrong pipe. So, one of our mementos requests are down here. So, you can see that up at the top left, it says 8 out of 8. Those are all of the possible stamps you can get on any given area. So, in Ayatebsbus, whatever, there are 8 total stamps in the area. There's always going to be 1 at the end of every floor. But any others that are left over, you can go to any floor within that area and just kind of look down as many places as you can. Again, sometimes they'll just be behind doors, and other times they'll be behind false walls. So, kind of be on the lookout for those.
then,
So, actually, did not write what floors that we're looking for. But, we'll see if this is something that we need to show or not. Alright, so that one was just the bully, but it does give me an opportunity to show you guys what exactly the difference is on the results screen.
persona!
First things first,
Freshly cleaned up here!
just obliterate them.
Spectacular victory!
So you'll see that we also get the bonuses like we usually see if we, like, go to Chihaya or from Hifumi's, effect. So, that bonus will always be there. And you can see just from Kate Siths and a Silky, 41 experience points and 810 yen.
All right.
Which honestly isn't a whole lot, but it is doubled what they would have given us otherwise.
Look, a treasure chest!
And then a couple treasure chests that are just scattered around here. Which honestly aren't really super great. Once you basically have just so many items that you can just get for wandering around. It's kind of insane just how many things you can get. And honestly, finding the more powerful enemies gives a pretty good opportunity to get some sooty armor.
Grasp your new power!
What was that? Was that Yusuke or was that Joker? Pretty sure that was Yusuke. That was weird. Okay, well, I leveled up and Kaguya has Amrita Shower, which is honestly pretty freaking good. Oh, right, I have Mediarama. I don't need Medea. Wow. And she gets Diadan. DLC personas are pretty overpowered.
Okay.
Even something as low level as Kaguya can be pretty overpowered. Okay, Well, let me actually take a look as to the brand new accessory that I got. What does the Ring of Sorrow do? Let's see. Wearer recovers 8 HP and SP after victory. Knockdown attack on all foes, only usable during an ambush. Oh! So that just automatically brings us to an all-out attack? Or no? Huh. Let me actually test that out real quick, because I've never seen this accessory before, and I really want to test it. You'll do. Okay, go ahead, punch something, Queen. Okay. Guiding Tendrils. What does this do?
Joker, that was cool!
Okay, that worked out pretty nicely. So it knocks down most enemies. Interesting.
Go down.
Looking cool, Joker!
I'm not quite sure that's really super good. I mean, it has its uses, sure. Not quite sure I would need to put that on anyone. But let's go ahead and get my adhesive back. Okay, so that is, for the most part, all of the changes that we have here in Mementos. So I'm just gonna go on ahead. If there's any new dialogue, because there are several new quips that the characters have between each other, I'll show those. Also, since I'm seeing it right in front of my face, if you're by a stamp, you'll see that star icon. It'll be yellow if you haven't already gotten it, and grayed out if you have. So, just so you're aware. So, anyway, I'm gonna skip on ahead. If there's any new dialogue, I'll show it, but if not, then I will meet you guys in front of our next bosses.
Hey!
Okay, so we're already at where one of our things are. So this is Old Man Ono. So this is the guy over in Kichijoji. So brand new fight for us. I think. Actually, I think we'll be fine with this party. We're way over leveled. We'll be fine.
What the hell? Come on. Nice.
How unsightly.
I'm gonna beat you down.
Payback time, kid.
So, we have ourselves the first of our new, just a few new, Mementos bosses. Shadow Ono. Koropguru. Koropguru is weak to fire and electric, and knows the skills Mabufu, Tarukaja and Dream Needle. So you can be a little bit annoying with sleep, but you're gonna want to have to watch out for those ice attacks.
It looks vicious. We should go directly for its weakness.
One thing that I will mention is that everyone that mentioned that, like, his joints act up when it rains. So, if you are fighting him during a rainy day, then he will have a chance of missing his turn. So he'll say, like, his joints are acting up and his turn will just be skipped. So if you're having trouble with this fight for whatever reason, that is something that you can use to your advantage.
Persona!
I, however, have no need for such things. Wait, Mabufula? A lot of these bosses are kind of hard to get any sort of information on. My note said Mabufu, not Mabufula.
Some other way.
Okay, Kaguya's fine when it comes to ice. Oh, she's neutral to it. Do I have anyone who, like, resists ice? Or am I just... I'm stuck with Kaguya. Okay, that's fine.
You're mine.
We're all knocked down!
Do it.
That was incredible, Joker!
I don't think we'll have any sort of problem with this. Especially since I can just do that. I've got way overpowered guns. But those bonuses that you get from the stamps also carry over to the boss fights. And they stack on top of whatever you may get from Hifumi or Chihaya. So you can make a ton of cash and experience through mementos through the proper means. So when you get Chihaya and Hifumi, oh, all the money and the experience will come to you. Assuming you boost experience and money, which I know I said that you should go with items first. But I hold by that. You should totally get items first, because you can make even more money that way. Okay, so Skull gets Mazio,
Now I'm even more
Mona gets Maypatra, and that's it.
I knew I was wrong.
There's no other way. Yeah, sorry.
Well, the first thing you can do is by apologizing to those people that you've annoyed and caused trouble for.
I'm so embarrassed.
That's true.
Let me make it up to you.
And our reward is a nuisance belt. Alright. So, we still have 2 more quests down here. So, the nuisance belt. Let's see. What does that offer? Nuisance belt. It gives ambient aid. So, increases chance of inflicting status ailments during rain or snow. And yes, snow is a weather condition now, because it access the 3rd semester at some point. In the meantime, actually, I should probably be the one to heal up everyone, because I have a ton of SP. Alright, so that's the first of our Mementos quests. I'll meet you guys for the second. By the way, another thing I should mention is that the stamp pads are also available when you're at rest floors. So, these also count. Always make sure to get your stamps. Bonuses also count when you go after treasure demons. Something I thought I would just mention on its own. Alright, so, right after doing Oh No, we now find I Know. So, yeah, pretty early on for both of them. I'm actually surprised Oh No was as soon as floor 3. But I Know's on floor 5. Just thought you'd like to be aware. Actually, I'm kind of good with what I've got already as well. So let's go.
Hey.
So it's pretty obvious that the crazy cat lady would turn into a Nekomata, right? No one else is surprised by that? So anyway, we now have to fight against Shadow Aino, Nekomata. Nekomata is weak to wind and knows the skills Giant Slice, Rakunda, and Agilao. So this Mementos fight goes a bit differently than most of the other ones.
Something else.
So I didn't really need anything there. She is weak to wind, though, so thankfully my notes were right on that end. Talking? Wait, you want to negotiate with this thing? So, this is a bit of a different one. If you manage to knock down Shadow Aino or just get her down to a low enough health, you basically trigger, for lack of a better word, a shadow negotiation. Although, instead of trying to recruit the shadow, or trying to match what fits with their personality. Instead, you have to find the best responses to what Aino has been doing in order to get her to change her ways. It's an interesting way to go about this, but what kind of sucks is that this only happens in one other quest. Like, they don't retroactively change the quest to add this sort of mechanic. So it's weird that they even do it in the first place, but whatever. We're here, they added it, let's do this.
What do you want?
Look, just calm down for a second. We can't talk if you're flipping out.
Man.
Well, tell me, are there a lot of snowballs?
What do you want?
Have you ever tried looking at all these snowballs? They're unhappy in their situation.
No.
So that's the heart of the problem. I know. You have to realize it. Snowball is gone. No matter how many cats you take in, Snowball's not coming back. It honestly didn't matter how you responded to that last one. But there we go. We managed to calm down the shadow and avoided any further conflict. I don't know if you fail it, then it just goes back to normal, or you just have to beat the shadow down until you start it again. I'm honestly not sure. I never actually failed any of those. But hey,
I leveled up.
we at least leveled up again. There we got a few new skills. So, Kopatengu gets Taunt and Rage Boost. Alright, well, I don't really need well, actually, Adverse Resolve wouldn't be bad. I'll get rid of Sukukaja. Why not? Ooh, and Panther gets Agilao. And Fox gets Counter. Very nice.
Because... No! Thanks!
That has honestly gotta be the worst feeling in the world. To try to do a good thing for a helpless animal, and then not only to just see the result, but to see it actually die in front of you. It's heartbreaking, but it's no excuse to let those other cats suffer. What's done is done, and the only thing you can do is to be more vigilant for the next time that you try to open up to an animal like that. But never try to take anyone else's pet. Well, there we go. There is our second brand new quest taken care of.
Well then.
Alright, so that is all of the new quests. And pretty much everything that I wanted to show off in Mementos. Alright, so what is this cat brooch that we got? Cat brooch. Has a Sukukaja to it. So, not a bad accessory. Again, early on in the game, you're not going to have all these different accessories. Especially if you don't have any of the DLCs, like all of these. So, again, any accessories that you can get can be pretty helpful. And they have their uses. But that is pretty much everything. So if there's anything new that pops up that I feel is worth mentioning, I'll show it to you guys. But if nothing else, I'm gonna go finish off these quests, and then I'll meet you guys out in the entrance to Mementos. So, notice something different? So yes, there is more than a single track when it comes to Mementos. So, I want to say it's every other floor. It changes a bit. Oh, whoops. I always forget. Area 1 is someplace that you can just go to, but whatever. So, you'll see that in Kyornut and Ayatobus, it has the standard Mementos song. But starting in the next area, we get that new track. I believe it's every other floor in Mementos has a different track associated with. So this floor and the next, or this area and the next area have their own music tracks, or this track. And then after that one, we'll get a different track. So it's nice, and it actually gives a little bit more variety when just going through Mementos. So really nice. Really nice to have.
Oh, what the hell happened? It's so dark.
Mementos is an amalgamation of the people's cognition. This can affect the environment as well as the structure. It hasn't been like this in a long time, but it seems like the darkness won't be the only thing we'll have to deal with.
You mean we have even more stuff to worry about?
In a way, I can sense rare shadows all around us. We should explore this area for a bit, despite the darkness.
So this is something that's different. So occasionally when you enter a floor into Mementos, there will be something different about it. In this case, the area is shrouded in darkness, and we will not have access to our map. Well, we kind of do, but nothing gets filled in. So there's a bunch of different deviations that affect mementos. And it's actually not too dissimilar to how certain effects would happen in both Persona 3 and in Persona 4, where sometimes you would have a lot more shadows available, or in some cases there would be no shadows available. I don't remember if either of those games had any that were in complete darkness. Only thing that comes to my mind is in Risei's dungeon. But in any case, there are various differences that will happen throughout these various deviations. But there's usually something good in it. And of course, it leaves once you leave the floor. So if we came back to this floor again, the deviation will be completely gone.
I don't really want to stick around here, but if you say so, then I guess we can go for it. Joker, just drive extra safe or something.
Oh, mister.
And Jose's here too.
I can't see anything. Be sure to pay close attention to our surroundings as we move.
So Jose will always pop up. You'll notice that we haven't really seen anything about Jose. But he'll pop up around here when he's actually available on that given floor. Okay, so we have to find rare shadows and be mindful of the darkness. So yeah, you can see that we really can't see
A
anything.
rare one! Grab him!
But this one seems to have a lot of rare
That's
enemies.
a rare one!
And it's a region too.
Johanna! You did it! Big one! Get away!
So, yeah, it's something that you should be well aware of. That these sorts of deviations can happen.
Okay.
A decisive victory.
And there's another one here.
Good work.
Alright, so we'll just... Stupid pillar. We'll just go around for the rest of the deviation here. And yeah, that's also another problem, is trying to remember where you have and haven't gone. Well, there's Jose. There's a rare enemy. So yeah, not really much that you need to worry about. I don't think they're ever quite this generous when it comes to the rare enemies with these kinds of deviations. Oh, we found the end.
Sweet, we found the train platform.
Alright, so that gives us a chance to just kind of look around. That's just a dead end. Did I ever go down this way? I did. That's where the treasure chest is. That's kind of the problem, is that...
Every time I see the news, I wonder if it's something related to us.
Yeah, these days everything seems to be about our job.
Ah, I forgot about that.
Spotted.
Now opening the door doesn't
Good
stop
inside.
your teammates from having their conversation. I forgot about that. It's something that I really appreciate, because it's really annoying when you try to do something and then it's like they begin this talk and then, oh, whoops, you clicked on a door.
Then
Alright, well, we have another boss in here. I'll meet you guys if something different happens again. Ah, perfect. Okay. So, this is something that I believe was in the original game, but I never really knew about it. Very rarely, when you enter a floor in Mementos, you'll sometimes see what's basically, it says fair adjustment machine. It's basically like an ATM. And if you steal from it, you get a ton of snuff souls. So ordinarily you'd only get like 2 of those, but for each advancement in Jose's manipulation of the cognition for items, each one you get gives you an additional snuff soul. There may actually be 1 because there's 10 ranks, but still, it is a lot of snuff souls that you can get, and you can very, very quickly max out on snuff souls just by getting to those ATMs. It's super helpful to have. So, if you ever see one of those, make sure that you grab it before getting in the Mona car. Perfect, that's what I wanted to see. So that's the general animation that you'll be seeing all the time when Jose's on a floor. We're done with everything, by the way, but I just want to go and sell off all my flowers. So let me go and try to find Jose. Alright, so now that we've got everything that we need...
Doing good? Oh.
Oh, what is it now, Jose? Ah, okay. So every time you open up a new level into Mementos, that's what causes Jose's stock to expand, which is pretty self-explanatory, but doesn't carry over from New Game Plus. So, if we're getting to the next... Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. You know, I'm not entirely sure if this didn't just transfer from New Game Plus. Actually, I don't think it did. I think this is all just what's readily available at this point. Because I'm pretty sure there are, like, revival items you can also get. But, interesting. So, yeah, so there's blank cards. You've got Confuse and Sleep Vials, which we've seen before. Oh, Sleep Vial large. You've got various different incenses and transmutation items. So, I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, so it's 3 snuff souls per visit. We don't need any blank cards. These actually wouldn't be too bad. I'll go ahead and get the agility incense. And we'll grab a sleep vial. Why not? So yeah, always good to just get as many items as you can, just so you can use up all of them before heading out from Mementos. Alright, so that's everything that we need to do in Mementos taken care of. All the quests are taken care of, everything with Jose's been taken care of. I don't think there's really anything that we really need to do with the Velvet Room, although Carolina's out here.
So you're here.
Why exactly are the twins out here?
So we meet again, inmate. I never expected your rehabilitation would bring you to this place.
No matter. It's the perfect spot to train and get some battle experience. I like your spirit. You know the position you're in.
Although, how did he learn of mementos? Perhaps he is even more special than we had anticipated.
Huh. I bet he just fumbled around with the metanav until he ended up here. I mean, who'd even be able to tell him about this place? We know everyone who might have access. Mementos is linked to the collective unconscious, after all.
That is true.
Huh. I will admit, even though he looks pretty shabby, he seems to have a few tricks up his sleeve.
Shabby!
If he has been keeping his power a secret from us, we must learn the truth behind it.
Oh, I see.
What are you laughing about?
We'll hold a special private examination to find out if he's hiding anything.
Unlike in the city, we will not have to worry about passersby here.
I have to say, Justine, I never thought you'd bring such a bold proposal to the table. You ready, inmate? I'm itching to get started.
What? I'm sorry. What are you itching to do?
As she said, this will be a private examination. It is all for the sake of our own personal judgment.
I don't like where this is going.
Hence, we will not force it upon you. We will begin only once we have received your consent.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's gonna be brutally hard, after all. Max difficulty.
Your rehabilitation consists of a great variety of tasks. Battling shadows, strengthening your personas, building bonds with your contractors.
Basically, we're gonna put all that to the test.
How?
Fight us!
What?
There's no better way for us to tell how strong you really are.
We will not ask for a 2-on-1 battle, though. Your friends are permitted to participate as well. The contracts you have formed with them can be considered a part of your power, after all. However, this test is ultimately for you. Your teammates will not retain any memory of this battle.
Don't worry, we won't kill you.
Our goal is rehabilitation. Ending your life would greatly contradict that goal. Should you fall, you will regain consciousness immediately.
Once you pass out, though, that's it. The battle's over. Oh, and there's not even a 1 in a billion chance you'll win. So you should just forget it.
If by some chance that were to happen, let me see. We would tell you an embarrassing secret of ours.
What? What do you mean? Are you talking about that one time, or maybe that other thing? Wait, there's no need for this!
If by chance the inmate holds that much potential, we might be able to find the answer.
That's the fancy bookmark you're always carrying around.
Strange, don't you think? Why do we possess such an intricate bookmark when neither of us have any books to read? Moreover, I somehow know that this is important.
Justine, don't tell me. Are you actually trying to find...
My apologies. I have said too much. Let us begin, Caroline.
Right. You get what this examination is gonna be now, right?
Yes, and I'm completely terrified.
It shows how special we think you are. Consider this an honor. You should be crying tears of joy. Okay, let's get started.
Wait, what? Hold on. You can't spring that on me just right like that. Let me go prepare first, and then we can try this examination of yours.
Scared, huh?
We promise to gain your consent. If you do not wish to fight, we will not force it upon you. However, please report back to us if you happen to change your mind.
Will do. So that definitely wasn't in the base game. This is a New Game Plus only thing. And if you played New Game Plus in the original game, you know exactly what this means. So it's exactly what Caroline and Justine said it is. It is a fight against the two of them. Yeah, every single Persona game has a fight between your character and the Velvet Attendant. We actually did it in Persona 3, you know, because I liked Persona 3 too so much, I decided to do it. And then there's Persona 4, but we didn't actually go and do the fight with Margaret, mostly because the fight with Margaret, you only have access to it at the end of the game. In fact, the only reason why we even did it with Persona 3 was the fact that your level carried over in Persona 3. Which is why we did it then and not for Persona 4, because I really didn't want to go through the entirety of Persona 4 again. It was one thing to go and do all the additional social links. I wasn't going to go and play through everything just so I could bang my head against the wall trying to defeat Margaret. But we also have a similar fight with the Velvet Twins. We have access to it right now, which is very much in line with Elizabeth's fight. But we are nowhere near the level we need to be in order to do that. For one, I would like to be pretty much at the end of the game before trying to do that. And secondly, I don't exactly know what this fight entails. So I'd like to actually kind of prepare myself before trying and failing to do that. Although, the nice thing is that they do say that they won't kill you. So, I believe unlike the other Velvet fights, you don't get sent straight to the title screen if you lose. Which is very nice of the game to do that for you. So, anyway, we are done here. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 5 Royal. We'll deal with the twins another time. There's plenty of time to try to train up and be ready for that. But until then, we'll just head on back home and continue to go through our daily life. We still have Kaneshiro to deal with, but we'll get to that in due time. So until next time, everyone, take care.